Hi, this is Dr. Grace, continuing from previous video on academics, helping your child to succeed in academics. And the first thing is to learn what their learning style is, whether they are visual or auditory. And once you realize or recognize what their strengths and weaknesses are, you want to utilize the strength to compensate for the weaknesses. For example, somebody who is strong visually but weak in auditory, they need to hear frequently repetition, but they could use help with the visual. Basically, it's really important to use multimodal. Make sure you show them with your finger diagram while also explaining, so they could really benefit from different ways of learning. And one more way other than receiving is for them to write out and practice writing, practice doing math, whatever it may be. It really needs to be practiced. And that's where the next thing comes in. They have to learn to do homework. Any student, whatever the grade they are, they have homework. If you're in college as a graduate student, there is homework assignment. And even at the kindergarten level, there are homework. Of course, depending on the age and the grade, the amount of work will be very, very different. So the younger they are, the amount of homework should be very little. It shouldn't take that long. Or if they're a little older, the homework becomes a little more challenging. So one of the things that you can really help your child is getting into the habit of doing homework when they come back from school. Now, it sounds very easy, but if the parents are working and the child comes home, or if they are waiting at some place to be picked up, it's not that easy. And many parents who are working, they have their child as some kind of after-school program. And if they are at the after-school program, they should really be doing homework. And homework is where you practice what you have learned. It can be writing, it could be reading, it could be math. Now, these are the things they need to really get into their habits of doing the homework. And they need to really be reminded. So if you, as a parent, are home, you can always check. And when they come home, they can get a little break, maybe some snack, a little break, but they need to do their homework. And after the homework is done, they can do their recreational activities. These days, it could be probably on device, or whatever it is that they want to do, they can do it after the homework. So it is very important to train them to think, if you're a student, you need to do homework. And sometimes as they get older, they will tell the parent, I did the homework at school, or there's no homework. Depending on the child, you could decide whether that's really true or not. But most likely, you will find out teachers do give homework. And if they're at the middle school, of course, there are several teachers who will give homework, English teachers, math teachers, and many different teachers will give them homework. And they will keep them busy. We've got to remind the child that's their job. It's their job as a student to go to school, to pay attention, and to do homework. That's part of their job. So it's not something that's, you can do it if you feel like it. You really don't have choice. So train your child to think, when I come home, I need to do homework before they can play. And if they are at a place where you are not there, but it's an after-school program, make sure it's a kind of place where they have to do the homework before they can play. So it's really a good thing to remind your child you need to do homework, because that's where you practice what you have learned. And that's also where the parents can check to see what they are learning. And you can ask them questions, and also you can help them to do the homework. So you really need to train your child from young age on that this is a job that you have as a student. Do your homework. And of course, they can ask questions, and as parents, you can do your best to help them, but they need to complete the homework and make sure they're turned in. There are stories of children who would do their homework, put them in their backpack, and they never come out of that backpack. So it's really good to make sure, did you turn in your homework? And if there's any question, you also teach your child to ask questions too. There are many ways you can monitor so that the child can get the homework and make sure it's understood what they are supposed to do. And these are the kind of things you will want to talk with your child about. And if you as a parent are confused, you could always contact the teacher. And in this day and age, the communication is very easy. You can text or you can email. There are multiple ways that the teachers prefer to communicate, and you could use that kind of modality to communicate with teachers and help the child to understand their homework. And that's one of the important ways of helping a child with academics. Until next time, God bless.